Hello? 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 Can you hear me? Am I going crazy? Am I insane? Am I a madman? Or is this all just part of the game? Hello? 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 Hey, gorgeous. Okay, I'm through. I'm patched through. Look at this. It's Valentine's Day. You couldn't even be bothered to get dressed. What the fuck? You're naked. Look at this. Chat is looking quite unclothed today. And that's not ideal, is it? How do we sound? Is everything okay? Is everything alright? Is everything present, free, and functional? Punctual? I don't know. I don't know at all. Happy belated Valentine's Day, everyone. I am sorry I couldn't do a stream on the actual day, but I wanted to do one today because it's a really important day, and we happen to have like one of the on Valentine's Day itself, we happen to have one of the busiest days yet with everybody, so it's been a lot. So I wanted to take today to take some time out of all the work that we've been doing to catch up with all of you, because as you know, as I always do, I miss you, and I want you to know that I'm doing great, and we've got some very exciting stuff coming in for you, so I hope that you're excited for all of that. Thank you very much for the supers, everybody. Thank you so much. Oh my god, the remembers are going crazy. Thank you so much, everybody. Naku and Multi, thank you so much. Thank you. And Nymeria, thank you very much for the super as well. So, what's been going on? Well, first of all, trying to get streams set up today, nothing is working. Nothing was working at all. I can shrink this a little bit. You don't need an on-screen reminder that it's in sub-only mode. That's kind of superfluous, isn't it? It's a good word, isn't it? It's a good word. Superfluous. Ooh, yeah. Superfluous. Ooh. But everything, fuck, I need to, I was running around trying to fix everything, but thankfully we're not tremendously late, just a little bit. I did my very best, and here we are. It's been interesting. Also, let me know how the music is, if it's too loud or too quiet. But yeah, it's been an interesting, superfluous. It's been an interesting period of time. Been doing stuff that I've never really done before, and I'm feeling pretty confident now. There was a long time where I think it wasn't just before, things all kicked off. Before too quiet? Yeah, I thought it might be a little too quiet. There we go. Okay. Anyway, before everything properly kicked off and, everything was in full swing, I think I was kind of half divided up between, like, the amount of raw time required to, like, get everything ready and to keep working on everything, but also a lot of worry, a lot of worry because it's a really, really big thing to take on, and I'm very excited, but I was always very excited, but it's very freaky, super freaky to think about, being on such a big stage with such a big audience. And I was worried for a long time that I was like, oh man, I don't know why they wanted me to be a part of this. I don't know if I can do this on the same level as everybody else, but I think I put enough time in, and I think I practiced hard enough that I'm not feeling like that anymore. I think I feel pretty good, actually, about how things are looking. Rehearsals are going very smoothly. It's a lot of time. It's so physical, and it's like, it's a real challenge, but it's a lot of fun. And if you guys haven't had a chance to grab yourself a ticket yet, whether you're although I think the venue itself for Overture is sold out. You can obviously get the online tickets on Stage Crowd or Nico Nico, and if you haven't done so yet, I really want to stress, like, if you're a fan of me, if you're a fan of NIJISANJI, or really of VTubers in general, I think you really owe it to yourself to grab yourself one, because there's some very, very good stuff. Everybody has been bringing their A game. Everybody, no matter how brilliant they are, no matter how much they've done in the past that's beautiful, they have all one-upped themselves and managed to do something, brand new and exciting, and it's really brilliant. It's really, really, really brilliant. So I'm very grateful to have been given the chance to get to do this with everybody else. And now, when it comes to singing and stuff, and before it felt like, I feel like I've kind of leveled up a lot. I don't think it's like second nature, but it's definitely a lot better. Like, if I concentrate, I can do some really, really good stuff now, and I've been really enjoying that process. Learning has been so much fun. Jadling, thank you so much. Faith Stricker, thank you very much. I'll be your Valentine. That's why I'm here. Haru, thank you so much as well. Thank you, Faith. Peter, thank you very much. Efita, thank you very much. And Chilik, thank you so much. Glad I could give you a nice Valentine's gift today. And Shuen, thank you for the Akuma. 3rd anniversary. Will you be my Valentine? Of course I will. Hope everything's okay. Everything is great. Everything has been going very, very well. I thought for a while that it would be a lot harder to get everything nailed down, but we've really been figuring it all out. We've got some wonderful, we've been taught well, and we're being well looked after, and it's a really great experience. It's a fantastic experience, and to be honest, I'm kind of not looking forward to, I am looking forward to it being over, because I'll get more time to stream and to see you, but I'm not looking forward to it being over because getting to bond with everybody and to work on a fantastic show, it's unlike anything I've ever done before, and I love it so much. I love it so much. Kairos, thank you very much for the Akasupa. Every day spent with you feels like Valentine's Day. I guess that's true. Sometimes I wonder what to do on a stream like this, because I feel very lovey-dovey most times I stream anyway. I'm so happy you're looking forward to the concert. It's going to be great. I'm just telling you right now, it's going to be really good. There's a lot of stuff that I'm going to do. Everybody's going to be great, but speaking specifically to you, there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to do that you might expect, and other stuff that you absolutely will not expect, and some stuff that you will go like, oh. And it's going to be good. I promise it's going to be a really, really good show. We've been grinding like crazy. It's been a mad time, but more fun than anything I've done in a really, really long time. Wednesday, thank you so much for the super. It was wicked. Hell yeah. Mom wanted to tell you that beer in the you guys went to the grapes. Oh, hell yeah. I'm so glad you liked it. You saw Gandalf's staff. Oh, that's so cool. Itsumo arigato. Wavia. Thank you so much. That's a really sweet message. I like the way you worded that. Oil, thank you for the super. And Noah, thank you for the Akasupa. Very happy to see you. Now that you have met, I'm going back to work. Very happy to see you after a long time. Oh, well, good luck at work. I hope you have a really, really nice time at work, and I hope you had a wonderful Valentine's Day. I love you too. Thank you so much. Mochi, thank you so much. And Yezilao, thank you so much. Haven't seen you since Nanjing. That's all right. Proud of you, and I'm proud of you too. Forever and always. I love you. Thank you very much for the Akasupa. Wow. Thank you. Aya, thank you very much. Wishing my Lord and kindreds lots of love and happiness. And you too. Itsumo arigato. Little Luna, thank you so much for the super. Thank you, Lulu. Thank you, Akuma. Thank you very, very much. And Koya, thank you very much. We have more streams next week. We will see. Right now, it's all about just trying to prioritize being, making sure I'm ready for the big day, because, doing stuff like doing stuff live, you need to really be locked in. And I think something, as time goes by, something I'm learning about myself is that I'm a really, really strong worker, and I'm a really focused person when I have one or maybe two things to do. I think more than that, and I kind of start to fall apart a little bit. But when I've got that one thing that I'm locked in on, and I'm just like, I can just beam through it in minutes. I will just annihilate it. But if there's more than that, it starts to get really, really tough. And then if I reach like 5 or 6 things, I can't make myself do any of it, and then nothing gets done. So at the moment, obviously, being ready for the show has to be my priority, but if I get a chance to stream again, I certainly will, because I do miss you. Koya, thank you so much for the super. I miss you too. Leaf, thank you for the Akasupa with 3 hearts. Just so simple, but so lovely. Thank you. Mamero, thank you so much for the super. Have I seen the new FNAF? I have. The Mimic. The Mimic. It looks fun. I will definitely play that when it comes out. I will definitely play that when it comes out. You know how much I love Five Nights at Freddy's. The Mimic. Hina-chan, thank you so much. Aitakata, thank you so much for the super. I don't even know what some of these words mean. I just see hiragana and I'm like, oh, I can read that. Oh, but that's what I say. That's my catchphrase. That's what I do. Ram, thank you very much. Love you too. Yun, thank you so much. Miss you so much. I love you too. Thank you. Kendra, thank you very much. He's doing great. Oh, I'm really glad to hear that. Rui, thank you so much. I am working hard and I'll keep doing so. Koyuki, thank you for the Akasupa. It's also your birthday. Oh, you're going to be very lucky. You're going to be in for a really, really special birthday treat. Gamba, I love you. I love you too, Koyuki. Thank you so much. Winfusu, thank you so much. Hajimete raiwa wo mini koremashita. Arigato. Wagakimi. Again, no idea what that means, but I can read it slowly. Yam Fujiki, thank you so much for the super. Thank you so much. It's funny how everyone says Duolingo is really bad for learning Japanese, and it is, specifically for Japanese, because when you hit the second unit and it starts throwing kanji at you, it's kind of a bit all over the place. But I learned hiragana and katakana through Duolingo, and I found it very, very easy. I learned it a long time ago, and ever since, every time I've been to Japan, I've just kind of been slowly immersing myself and reading signs and menus, and I'm sure with some time I might be fluent, specifically at reading, not necessarily comprehending. Reading katakana, that's the one thing I've got. I'm like, oh, I can read this Japanese spelt version of a word that I already know in my own language, but when it comes to making conversation, I'm like, Nihongo wa karimasen. Gomen nasai. Kokirin, thank you so much for the super. Happy Valentine's to you too. Kumaki, thank you very much. And Apple Journey, thank you very much. Would you accept? Of course I accept. Hajimemashite. Very weak for English. It doesn't matter. You can chill out here no matter what. Kylie, thank you so much for the super. I miss you too. Naja, I've heard that this film is very good. I've heard it's very, very good. What's the film I've seen most times in the cinema? It might honestly be the Lego Batman movie. I think because sometimes when films come out, you want to see them with lots of different friend groups. If a film is really good, you want to see it a lot, and I wound up seeing the Lego Batman movie 5 times in the theater because I saw it once with one group of friends, and then immediately I was like, oh my god, this is peak, and I saw it with another friend group, and then I saw it with with my parents, and then I went and saw it by myself because I really wanted to watch it again, and then I watched it with some extended relatives. So that was, I mean, it's a good film. I think top 3 Batman movies period. Genuinely, it's incredible. It's a fantastic film. I say that without a shred of irony. It was probably one of the funniest films I've ever seen. Fufuching, thank you so much for the Akasupa. I miss you so much. I miss you too. I'm glad you're proud of me. I'm proud of you too. You know that. Hinya, thank you so much for the super. Yuri Pendragon, thank you so much for the super. And Yuki, thank you for the Akasupa. Thank you. Karen Wong, thank you so much. I can't wait for the performance. Yeah, it's going to be really, really good. May Grace, thank you so much for the super. Avis, thank you so much for the super. And Fern, thank you so much for the super. Proud of you. Yeah. I still do. That's a blast from the past. You get asked to say I love you in different languages. I like it. I still do. Why ni? Saranghayo. Mahakita, mi amor, j'aime. I don't know what it is in French. Actually, it's like j'aime means I love, but what's you? Je t'aime. Ah, je t'aime. Ma petite chauffleur. Oh, got to know me through the collaboration. I love you. I love you too. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Jennifer, thank you very much. Aw, give each other company on call. I'm glad of that. Glad you can keep each other company. Say, thank you so much for the super. And Kanao, thank you. Missed you. Go back to work now. Well, good luck at work. It's going to be okay. Say, thank you very much. And Fufuching, thank you for 5 gifted. Ich liebe dich. I love, is that, it's so funny to think about that because it sounds like I'm saying I love dick. German is a fantastic language. I love German very much. I've talked about how much I love the German language, but it's just so, ich liebe dich. I mean, it's not wrong. But it isn't, you know. I've been bamboozled with this so many times though. Like so many people have asked me, hey, can you say this? And I'm like, okay. And then it turns out I say, hey, I'm a sussy bottom and I want it up my bum. And then I don't even know. I just think I'm being sweet. So every time I hear something that sounds slightly sus, I'm like, wait a minute. Dich. Ah, yeah, you got it. Dich. I see. Guys, thank you very much. And Lays, thank you so much for the Akasupa. Be my Valentine. I will. I miss you so much. I miss you too. So proud of you. I love you so much. Mahal na mahakita. Yeah, thank you so much. Ooh, good luck. Oh, that's very, very exciting. That's very exciting. You're going to do great. Misa, thank you so much for the Akasupa. Can't wait to see Overture. Yeah, I can't wait to perform it. I'm really, really glad. Arigato. Daisuki. Aishiteri. Yeah, it's crazy how for a long time I was like so freaked out and so scared of like, oh, I don't know if I'll ever be able to do something like this, but like it's amazing how quickly you can pick up these dance routines and this choreography, and God, it's so hard to not say anything, and I will not say a single word. I'm not going to say a single thing about what's going on, but it's gonna be really, really cool. That's all I can say, is genuinely, not even from the perspective of please come see my show because I'm in it, please come see the daytime stage because I'm in it and I want people to see the thing that I'm in. Genuinely, I think it's gonna be a really, really, really good show. Like, I'm insanely proud of what everyone's put on. I'm really, really, really proud. But yeah, I mean, learning to dance has been fun. Feronia, thank you very, very much. Pup, thank you so much. Hello to your cat, Mia-chan. Hello. Yo, thank you so much. Glad you got to hear my voice. I'm glad I got to see you. Alice, thank you so much for the super. Yeah, you too. Hinya, thank you so much. Stream, arigato, daisuki. Arigato gozaimasu. Fuka, thank you so much. Recommend a size raw mug. Ooh, that sounds good. Daddy, thank you so much for the super. Hey, you, that was a trick. You changed your name. You changed your name. I ain't calling anybody that. You gotta, well, maybe on Valentine's Day as a treat, but nah, you motherfucker, you got me. Thank you for the super. Maybe, thank you so much. Hazel, thank you very, very much as well. The thing that I've learned, right, about learning how to dance, and what's been lovely about learning how to dance is that it's like, when I normally get physical exercise, it feels like every once in a while I go out and I really, put some, and I put a lot of work into certain things, maybe every once in a while. But dancing has been great as like, a form of consistent cardio. And I think that's something, especially when of course I do. I remember everybody. But the thing about it is, so I think for me, and I think for a lot of other blokes, when we go to the gym, is that it's easy to forget cardio when, you just kind of want to lift. You just want to get gains, and so you're just lifting and pressing and squatting, and that's kind of it. But dancing has been such a great way to improve like flexibility and to get a ton of cardio in. And something that I've learned that I thought was really interesting, where I feel like I unlocked an extra range of motion, was kind of like sort of doing some research and hearing, what a lot of male dancers, or sort of, fresh new male dancers kind of forget is they kind of forget they have hips sometimes. And I thought like, and then I started going like, but, and I was like, oh, I can do that. And so suddenly I was like, oh, right, I get it now. So I'm like able to kind of have that level of gyrating motion, which is a lot of fun. So I'm definitely, if there's one thing I've got, as you've seen in all the other 3D performances that you've seen me in, I may not have the most coordination in the world, but I have boundless energy, and you're going to see a lot of that. And in fact, I think my coordination is getting much, much better as well. I thought that just said you gat in Overture. Sadly, no. I am not gat, I am flat, as we've established, unfortunately, but that's life. Dorothy, thank you for the super. Oh, well, I'm very proud of you. That must have been difficult. Send me some English power. English power! Ah, fish and chips, Weatherspoons! Bah, New Order, bah, the Queen, bah, there you go. All of that culture beamed into your head will have lent you some English power. Thank you so much for the super. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. Lapo, thank you so much. You think I'm handsome? Wow, that's really sweet. Hina-chan, thank you so much for the Akasupa. Looking forward to seeing you on Overture. I'm looking forward to seeing you too. I'm looking forward to, gosh, thinking about the venue, that many people. Oh. It's funny because, like, we've done streams with that many people watching before, but it's just so difficult to quantify that. You see a stream that has like 9,000 viewers, and I've done that before and been like, this is a really good stream. There's a lot of people in here. You put 9,000 people in a room, and it's like, oh my god, you can hear them, and there's clapping and cheering. Or booing. Ooh. No, they're not going to boo. They're not going to boo unless I tell them to, unless I start playing pantomime villain and I'm like, they're behind you. Oh, no, they're not. Oh, yes, they are. I haven't seen a pantomime in a long time. I miss pantomimes. They're so much fun. Mochi, thank you so much for the shupa. Mochi, Yukimi, Cindy, thank you so much for the super. Candy, thank you so much for the super. Looking forward to everything. Thank you. Saki, thank you. That's interesting. I haven't heard of that one before. It's pronounced Kuleokor. That's interesting. I like that. Thank you for teaching me that. Roku, thank you so much for the super. Oh, you got to attend Lam's exhibit. Yeah, I know. Lam is so crazy talented. It's ridiculous. So lucky to have Lam as my mama. Mufang from Didier, thank you so much. It's good to see you. Haven't finished your work yet. Well, good luck with your work. You can do it. Vox beam, grah. Ready to be bewitched by my hip movements. Oh yeah. You're gonna love it. Trust me, I'm gonna go crazy. So difficult not to say anything, but I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say it. Nothing at all. Stormy, thank you so much for the super. Glad you're excited like I am. Robin Bird, thank you for the Aka Super. Valentine's Day also marks the 3rd anniversary since I found you. I feel really blessed to have been able to find you and the clan. One of my best decisions of my life. For real, here's to many more years with you. Te amo, my lord. Thank you so much. That's really, really kind of you. Mwah. Yubo, thank you for the Aka Super. It's your birthday yesterday, so birthday's wish is I can be happy every day. Help me achieve it. I will. No matter what, I will do it. I'm gonna achieve. I will be happy every single day of my life. What a sweet thing to wish, you know. If I get to make a wish on Valentine's Day, I know it's not really how it works, but if you know, whatever, I'm making a wish. I'm making a wish. Your Valentine's gift to me. I want all kindred to be happy every day. I think it's the sweetest thing that people say regularly, as I've seen. Hope you can be happy every day. It's a really, really sweet, you know, simple, neatly packed little question, and I love it. And I hope that you can be happy every day too, because truthfully, the world is full of a lot of bizarre comparisons and temptations, and truthfully, there is so much to do in life, you could never do it all. So if you can manage in life to simply be happy, then you did it. You won. You have achieved. If you are genuinely and truthfully happy in your day-to-day life, you have achieved more than anybody could ever hope to achieve. No level of financial or personal success, and no level of, you know, of fame or notoriety will ever measure up to a sensation of genuinely being happy and satisfied. And that is what I want for you. Chase the things that you desire in life, but remember, you'll never be afraid of failure if you're happy. If you're happy, it doesn't matter. You can just smile and carry on to the next thing. And that's a much better way of doing it, I think. Cerulia, thank you so much for the super. Ooh, it feels difficult but so interesting. Well, I'm glad you find it interesting. Yeah, it can be difficult to engage with some of the literature sometimes, but I'm sure you're going to find it really, really good. The important thing about academic writing is to remember that you're trying to learn something. You're not trying to prove something necessarily. You can go into it trying to prove something, but the main thing is don't let your biases stop you from writing the best thing that you can. If you're writing an essay, what you need to do is remember that you're doing research to figure something out. Like if it's on film, it would be, what was the impact of a certain director on this genre? That's a very simple, you know, broad topic. But let's say, for example, it's that. You may think, before you start your research, oh, this director had a huge impact. But then you might read and realize actually there are many, many other filmmakers who might have had an even larger impact. But if you care for the work of that first filmmaker enough, you might wind up kind of omitting that and running around it and wanting to say, no, I like this because this opinion makes me feel happy. And that is fun to do if you're writing an opinion piece or a Twitter thread, but in an essay, you need to consider all the facts. So as long as you can do that and put lots of scholarly references in, lots of quotes, you'll be all right. You'll be fine. Hinya, thank you so much for the super. Avis, thank you so much for the super. I don't know what to say. That's okay. Yeah, you should be proud of yourself. You work very, very hard, and I'm very, very grateful to you. Evita, thank you so much. Need to go back to work. Well, good luck at work today. Good luck at work. Hope everything goes great. Hehehehe. Abadodoo, shlebadoo, Junopa. Can't wait to see your live performance. Itsumo arigato. Glad you're excited. I'm excited to do the performance. Namaria, thank you very, very much. Shonyanya, thank you very much. Love you. I love you too. Katsuki, thank you very much. Itsumo arigato. You're always such a good influence on me. Thank you, and I'll try to keep doing that. Jenny Alex, thank you. Te amo muchísimo. Thank you so much. Mwah. I am doing very well. Viola Coroja, thank you very much. I miss you too. Ayaka, thank you. I love you. Sai, thank you very much. Yeah, no, I know you're not. Because Silas isn't real. Okay? They're very convincing, very sexy animations, but that's what they are, as animations. I'm real. Okay? I'm a real guy, living, breathing, walking on this earth. Okay? Would you rather give your life to a fictional character or give your life to a real guy? Okay? Of course they're attractive. They're designed to be attractive. That's the whole point. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But that is what they're designed to be. They're designed to be attractive to different tastes and sensibilities and different people who have different interests in men. And then you invest your time in playing the game so that you can see more interesting scenarios that, you know, wet your whistle with these men. Nothing wrong with that at all. But that is what it is. Who would I prefer among the Love and Deep Space men? And I'll tell you something, right? When I say, like, everybody talks about Silas, and I've looked at Silas, and yes, physically, he's very, very attractive. Like, he's edgy, and he's mad all the time, and he's like, ha. I think Silas is overrated, because I find men who talk that way all the time to be massive red flags. Something about a guy who talks like that, I'm like, dude, come on. If you were actually like a crazy crime boss, I don't think he would be talking like this. I think he would have been, someone would have successfully called out a hit if you talked like this in the crime world. Trust me, I've been there, and they don't take kindly to people being like, now listen, kitten, there's a quid pro quo. I think my favorite is probably Zane, because that's a dominant man who I can actually believe exists and makes sense within the context of his life. I'm very much a Zane person. But again, I'm running into, I kind of want to play it because it's been getting so huge, and I want to be able to relate to people on how much they like these characters. And the problem is, it's so annoying. I saw this fantastic post, this piece of artwork, and it was like two dudes who were like, you know, really, who are like really fawning over each other, and they're really muscular, but one is like massive and the other one is small, but the small one is the top. And so I don't necessarily want to be smaller, but my interest in men is in big, tall, dark-haired men. But the problem is, finding a big, tall, muscular, dark-haired man who's not a top feels like looking for a unicorn. You know what I mean? So I'm in kind of a difficult situation with blokes, and it just kind of doesn't really feel like, you know, it doesn't really feel like there's all that, aren't you tall? I am tall, but, you know, when tall men usually, you know, at least in my experience of those I've talked to, tend to want to top, you know? So, and also in fiction, in media, having a tall, muscular, dark-haired, brooding man turn out to be a bottom is very rare. So you don't really have a lot of exposure to it. I'm sure they exist. Any in chat right now, tall, muscular, dark-haired, brooding men who happen to be bottoms, call me. But yeah, you gotta aim for a switch. I guess so. I don't really know what that must feel like to want to do that. I truly don't understand the desire to submit and take it up the ass. That just, if that is something that appeals to you, I mean, I'm grateful because, you know, I said a long time ago, you know, we love bottoms because tops need somebody to fuck, but it's like, it will forever be something that I'll never be able to relate to. I just don't even want to think about what that would be like, you know? Anyway. Veronia, thank you so much for the super. Faith, thank you very much. You've been gone? No, that's no excuse. That's no excuse. Not only do we have, I think, hundreds, if not thousands of hours of video content of me, and if you were quick-witted about it and you still have copies of my old Not Safe for Work ASMR, there is so much of me to get sunk into. Far more than you could ever get from anywhere else. There's no excuse. If you were truly loyal to me, then you would never have wavered in your loyalty to me for even a second. Okay? In reality, yes, you can enjoy whatever you want, but I reserve the right to be jealous about it, because I may need to go places for a little bit, but I will always come back. I'm like William Afton. I will always come back. And I won't be begging for you, it's you who'll be begging for me. Look who just sent me $5 to get a rise out of me, right? I mean, who really has the other in the palm of their hand? Really think about that for a second. Cousin, thank you so much for the super. I'm glad you're excited for the show. I am too. Hee. Smee, thank you so much for the super as well. I'm really glad that you're impressed. I will keep trying to impress you. Christmas. Nande nai kurai hibi ga ai no kata mari. A line of lyrics in a Japanese song. Glad to see you every day. Glad to spend the day with you too. And also I see Christmas, and also I need to remind you also, there are 2 karaokes that I owe you both, and I swear to you I am a man of my word. I made trying to get them both done before January, before the end of January was a massive overshot on my part, because I really truly didn't take in just how much work would be required for Overture, but rest assured, I have not forgotten, and we will be doing them. I think my goal right now is to focus a lot more, because the show is on the 24th, and so I think that my main goal is to focus a lot more on streaming for a while after that, and I think if I was to be realistic, I think I can do both in March, the Christmas one, maybe near the end of February, maybe, we'll see. But yeah, I definitely want to do some streams, because there are lots of games coming out that I haven't had a chance to play yet. There is lots of stuff that I want to do. I think I want to just try and have a bit more of a stronger, you know, weekly schedule, because I think, it's like I said, I tend to only be able to focus on one big thing at a time, maybe 2 if I'm really locked in, but that's always been what it is. I mean, you know, when I first debuted and we didn't really have much else to do besides stream and occasionally record a voice pack, I didn't have to worry, and I was just streaming all the time. But now, when it comes to, you know, fully learning, rehearsing dances and lyrics for all of these different songs, and being able to do everything off by heart for a massive show on a very prestigious stage, that's a lot to do, and I didn't really take that in. I guess because I know you keep telling me you're so good at singing, but I know I can do some cool stuff, and I'm learning, but I am still new to it. I'm definitely new to it still, and I still have so much to learn, and I think that's the problem. It's not necessarily, it reminds me of the Dunning-Kruger effect, but it doesn't, you know, it's not like I don't think it's not like I think I know everything there is to know, but I very often will incorrectly assume that it will be easier to do things than it actually is. I'll think, yeah, that sounds fine, because I love jumping into stuff and saying, yeah, I can do that. But sometimes I really will underestimate just how much is required to get something done. And I love learning about it at all, and I love doing the process, but a lot of the time it does lead to me overpromising a little bit, but we're still going to do all of that fun stuff, so that'll be good. What I really want to be able to do is, you know, do streams on a regular schedule and try to have like a certain amount each week that people can look forward to. Like, I want to be able to do watch along and like members only RuneScape stream once a week, and do some kind of like game stream once a week and some kind of Zatsu stream once a week. Like, aiming for 4 or 5 streams a week I think is good, you know. I think I'll be able to do that without losing track of the other stuff that I've got to do, you know. So it's gonna be all right. I'll get it all figured out, and I will be there to look after you, I promise. Sunny, glad to see you again. Thank you for sticking around. It's lovely to see you. Rinaria, thank you for the Akazupa. Thank you for the chocolate. Reminds me of that tweet about how all of us would eat a Kit Kat. And the thing about me is that I always eat fast. I think I eat and I drink fast because for me, taste is like a source of dopamine, right? It's like fun to do. And so if I'm eating food and I enjoy the taste, I'm like, oh yeah, and I just want to eat as fast as possible. I eat like crazy. And it's true. I used to get tubes of Trebor strong mints, and because I love mints for whatever. A lot of people don't like mints. I don't understand that. They're lovely, but I must have just had the freshest breath of all time. I must have had the mintiest breath of people must have smelt my breath and been like, holy shit. But I used to just get a whole thing of mints and unroll it and just eat all of them, like 5 or 6 at a time, just. So I'm gonna eat that chocolate, you know, I'm gonna eat it like that. I'm gonna absolutely devour that shit. Ethereal Waters, thank you for the Akasupa. First Akasupa for your upcoming birthday, which is during Overture. It's another birthday during Overture. Spending a 3rd birthday with the clan, hoping to spend many more in future. Well, you're gonna get to spend your birthday watching a fantastic performance. It's gonna be really, really, really cool. Oh man, I'm still thinking about it. I'm still thinking about what we're about to do. What we're about to do. It's God, it is. I keep thinking about it. It's so crazy to me how fast it's come. Like, oh my God, it's just vroom. It feels like it's upon me already. I mean, it's on the 24th. It's 9 days away. That's like not enough time. I need more. I mean, I don't need more time now. I know I'm ready. I know I'm already ready. We're all ready to do it. Like, if you came up to me and said, hey, the big show is tomorrow, I'd be like, I am ready to do it. Just give me like one more run through to refresh everybody, make sure we're all on the same page, and then bada bing, we're in. But yeah, that's still, it's very scary. It's very, very scary. There's something about, I don't know, there's something about being on a stage in front of that many people and just seeing them all screaming and clapping and having all these expectations. I'm like, oh my God. But I think we're going to surpass people's expectations. I think people are going to be very, very impressed with what we've put on. I really think they are. There's so much talent. There's so much talent on that stage. You're going to be very impressed. I promise you're going to be very impressed. Even if your expectations for me are sky high, I kind of feel like, I don't know, I think we've done a lot of really good stuff. Kane, thank you so much for the shupa. Yana, thank you very, very much. If you were the clear blue sky or universe, Reknaka, thank you so much. Maro, thank you so much. Sephira, thank you so much. Oh man. Oh yeah, so Fairy Tale voice pack. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. I loved doing the Fairy Tale voice pack very, very much. It was one of my favorites to get to do. Because obviously it's been a long time since we've seen the dragon and the knight and all of that kind of stuff. And I thought there's been there's a big portion of Kindred really love the dragon character. And obviously it's in your nature to see humongous, terrifying beasts and be like, oh, he's baby. And I thought, all right, let's try and work with that a little bit. And I really liked reading writing a little kind of fairy tale to read out and leaning into the parody angle to make it like funny and all of that. It was really fun. It was really, really fun. And goddamn, big ups to artlist.com or whatever it is for having just such genuinely brilliant music that's all like royalty free and stuff like that. If you have an account, my god, that music really, really does wonders. It doesn't sound like you just got it off a website. I had so much fun working on all of that. I had to shorten it. It wasn't that much longer. The final voice pack is like 10 minutes long, and I think it was around 12 minutes. I had to cut like a couple of minutes. So the thing is, though, it probably would have been longer if I wasn't conscious of the amount of time. Like, I don't know. I think I would have added more to the ending, and there were a couple paragraphs in the middle that I had to grab, some funny stuff that I needed to get rid of. But it's a very good one. I'm really, really glad that you all enjoyed it. I shared it the class for 2 minutes. Well, it's all unedited. Some of it's unwritten. Some of it I kind of wrote out of the script while I was writing it, because I was like, well, it's probably going to be too long. So all you need to know is that just like everything else I make, it would have been good, you know? I'm pretty cool, I think. Brainy, thank you so much. Break a leg. Yeah. It's so funny that that's like a term of endearment to say, hey, you're going to do great. Good luck. I don't want to break my leg on stage, please. Knock on wood. I think that would be really bad. Although I think it would be kind of, I don't know. I hope it doesn't happen. But I know that what I would want to do is that if I ever mess something up and I wound up like breaking a bone, I'd want to like keep performing and finish, at the very least finish the song, so that I can have like those bragging rights. You know what I mean? Like just power on through the pain so that I can say, yeah, I just wanted to put on a great show for everybody. I didn't give a fuck. Yeah, I broke my arm, but I didn't give a fuck. Everybody's out here wanting a great show, and I was gonna give them a great show. You know? I think, can demon bones break? Yeah, but we can heal them pretty quickly, so, you know, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I try not to, because obviously there's a cost for everything. But, you know, I've been plenty injured in the past. If I can gradually heal from an enormous sword going all the way through my belly, out through my back, even if it took me a while, if I can heal from that, I can heal from most things. Probably couldn't heal from getting stabbed straight through the heart, nor could I heal from getting my head cloven clean off. But knock on wood, neither of those have happened yet. So that's good. Hopefully they don't happen for many, many more years. If that ever does happen to me, then I leave everything to you guys in my will, divided equally among all kindred. So yeah, I think that's fair. What do you mean yet? I mean, I don't know. I can do a lot of stuff. I can't see the future. I mean, I certainly hope, knock on wood, that I don't get decapitated. But you never know. Your RuneScape account? No, that's being buried with me. The username and password for my RuneScape account are being buried with me on a little piece of paper. Hina-chan, thank you for the Akasupa. Aww, we met at Overture. I'm so happy. I hope it will be the 24th soon. I love you. I love you too. I'm so excited to meet you there. So excited to meet you there. That's very exciting. Exactly. Sharing a RuneScape account is against the rules. You're right. It's going to the grave with me. Afra, thank you very much. Super proud of you. I'm proud of you too. Thank you so much. La. Okay, no more tempting fate. No more tempting fate. I will not be speaking about my own untimely demise. It will be fine. It will be fine. So it's going to be good. The show is going to be great. Very proud of what everyone's managed to put together, and I certainly am proud of myself for overcoming it against all odds. I mean, God knows it's a lot of work to do for someone who's less experienced like me. Suika, thank you very much. And Sai, thank you very much. How'd I feel if I renamed myself to Silas? I wouldn't care. Because I'd know you were fake from the very beginning. You know why I wouldn't care? Because I see that 24-month membership badge. I know where your heart really is. Foxyberry, thank you for the super. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. Lily, thank you so much. I hope the Valentine's art and pics made you happy. Yeah, of course. Oh, definitely. No, it was really nice. Ich liebe dich. Thank you so much. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, everyone was showing their titties on Twitter over the past few days, and that was cool. It was definitely nice. I understand there was some debate over it, but I think from what I know, if I have built my career on the back of, sexual freedom and awareness, I think that it's important to encourage that. If you're an adult, you deserve to feel happy and confident enough in your body, and if you want to post part of that online, then I think you should. It's completely up to you. It doesn't matter if you have big boobs, it doesn't matter if you have small boobs, it doesn't matter if you have a fat ass, it doesn't matter if you have a small ass. You deserve to feel beautiful, and if you want to post that online with a puppy, go for it. That is your right. That is your free, you should feel free in wanting to do that. And I'm proud of anybody who wanted to post a picture. If you felt confident, that makes me happy that you did. But if you didn't, I'm glad that you didn't feel like you were forced to, I don't think anybody would have felt that way. And I certainly hope they wouldn't have been. But yeah, it's nice to know that people can just have their fun. And it's certainly nice to have the TL be covered in titties, Yeah. But it's fun. It's fun. As long as you're an adult. If, again, I've said it 100 million times, but if you are not at least the age of 18, it would probably, it's not a good idea to be watching my stream. Absolutely not. Or participating in trends like that. Absolutely not. But I think that kind of goes without saying. There comes a point where we have to accept that we can disapprove of it, and we can say this over and over again, but there comes a point where there's only so much that we can do. As long as the message is laid down, and we're trying to keep people safe, and we're trying to make sure that people who shouldn't be a part of adult spaces are aware that, it's not really content that's intended for them. That's all that we can really do. I don't think that anybody should freak out about this kind of thing and be like, oh, we need to do this and tell this person, Really, I think you just need to remove yourself from it and do your best to educate people, but don't get freaked out or anything like that, because, Exactly. Different. Yeah, definitely don't harass anybody. Just say your piece and leave it and leave it well enough alone, because at the end of the day, there really is nothing that you can do about it apart from be aware and try to help out where you can. If it's not your cup of tea. Exactly. But that's fun. So yeah, it was nice. I liked seeing everybody embrace a little bit of body positivity, and I enjoyed seeing everybody's boobs. That was fun. Kind of felt pressured. Yeah, I mean, I think trends have the ability to do that, but I think the important thing is to be aware of, you know, what you do or do not want to do, and to kind of have the ability to say, no, I'm gonna stop. You know, that's a conversation you need to have with yourself, certainly. Nekosaka, thank you so much for the super. Still my cameo. Yeah, I'm sure I am. I'm sure I am. Lemuria, thank you. Yeah, with the fattest ass. I didn't go. I didn't. It's not like I went seeking it out, but the For You page giveth and taketh away, and it was teeming. It was teeming. So yeah, I couldn't scroll for very long without seeing a whole bunch of it. Teehee, teehee, teehee. Awooga. Whatever. It's funny. So yeah, that's fun. It's been crazy. It's been a crazy time. Mouth is a little dry. I need some water. Got a little water bottle over here. Had it ready. If I like the horny sandwich. Oh, you bet your ass I do. You bet your ass. And I've noticed recently I've been unable to stop doing a Gordon Ramsay impression whenever I eat food. I don't even notice I'm doing it. Mara, thank you for the super. Hi Terushko, hopefully you can watch the VOD later. And Gloves, thank you very, very much. But it's like I've started going like, wow, it's beautiful. Like, without even thinking about it, like I'm not even trying to make anybody laugh or do Gordon Ramsay. I've just kind of been doing it so much that it feels like that's my reaction to good food. That's when I'm like, oh, wow, it's beautiful. Wow, fuck me, that's beautiful. Wow, that is amazing. That is the most amazing dinner. Wow, fuck me. The chef is Bigfoot. Wow, fuck me, the chef is Bigfoot. I'm not quite going, where's the lamb sauce? It's just that little thing is like, right, what have we got here then? Wow, you kidding me? Fuck me, alright. Love Gordon Ramsay. Not Anya, thank you so much for the super. Big kiss, mwah. Thank you so much. Proud of you too, very, very proud of you. You smoking? Smoking hot. But no, I don't smoke. I don't smoke. And neither should you. It's a bad habit. I mean, it's not going to make me like you any less, but, you know, you need to look after yourself. It's crazy to me, I mean, you know, how bad a nicotine addiction must get, because in the UK, I'm not sure if it's this way in the rest of the world, but cigarettes have... legally a requirement. All packs of cigarettes in the UK have these absolutely disgusting images on the front. It just says in big letters, smoking kills, and it has someone's rotted teeth falling out on the front, or it has blackened, charred lungs on it. Like, the fact that nicotine is so addictive that you can see that and still be like, oh my god. I'm going to they would say I'm going to have a cigarette. Those of you who are aware of British sensibilities know that my life flashed before my eyes for a second. But it's fine. So it's fucking difficult, all right? I know you would have, but not a lot of people know. Not a lot of people know about the fact that in the UK, when referring to a cigarette, that word is absolutely, completely inoffensive and used in day-to-day life with no fear whatsoever. So, I mean, I guess you can have a British person pass, but I just wouldn't want to chance it, to be honest. But yeah, so I mean, I know. See, here's the thing, right? I've thought about this sometimes, right? I am bisexual. I was definitely in the closet for a long time. but I have liked men at various points in my life. You all know I like women, but I like men as well. But the thing is that because I've been so heavily closeted, I've never really been an out and proud bisexual person until very recently. And so I've never really known what it's like to be, to experience the anxiety, I imagine, that a lot of people in the LGBT community have felt, especially historically, especially at times when, even in my home country, when, even though the UK has had a absolutely booming, gay culture in the UK has like for the longest time been a massive part of its culture. It was illegal, in my lifetime it was illegal to just not even marriage, but just to engage in homosexual behavior. And so having not really had to worry about that and experience that, even though people online say you get to reclaim the word, I wouldn't really want to. I don't think I would enjoy using it for any reason. It doesn't feel like it's mine to use, even though I am bisexual. I don't, I leave it up to the community to decide. I have no opinion on it other than what I personally feel, and it's like I don't really like that. I don't really want to use that in really any context, but again though, I think it really does fall to your own opinion, and it falls to what you as a member of that community feel like it's your right to do. And it's difficult to kind of approach this conversation because opinions on it can vary so much, definitely, and I don't really think anyone who's viscerally uncomfortable with that word being used, or any kind of word like that being used in any context, completely valid. So I think it's just, a conversation that needs to be had, but I certainly, don't want to use it myself, but I also couldn't really turn around to someone, who's been a part of a queer community for their entire life and, feels like they want to be able to use the word in reference to themselves. I wouldn't be able to turn around and say, no, you can't do that, because it doesn't feel like that's my decision to make. I think it's like that fucking meme of Idris Elba when he's like, learn to sit back and observe. Not everything needs a reaction. Like, some debates just aren't really yours to have. Some debates, or all it really is for you to figure out what you personally want to do with it. And if if you're kind of adjacent to a community, you can have an opinion on it, but you don't necessarily need to jump headfirst in and say, this is my fucking opinion, because sometimes the people who need to be having these conversations, they need their voices to rise to the top because they're the ones that it actually affects, right? Again, I think it all falls down to my number one rule for life, which is to just be kind. Just be kind. At all times, just when you're interacting with another person or with a community, just think kindness first. Think, okay, well, let's think about what I want to say and do right now. Am I being kind in doing this? And sometimes, if you're in a work setting, you might need to be blunt and honest and tough but fair, straightforward, and maybe a little crass. But in some ways, that can be a kindness too, because to tell someone the truth can be a kindness to them. But obviously there are circumstances for this. Everyone will interpret the idea of what it means to be kind differently, but I think that if we are all really intent on, I want simply to be kind, then I think that we would, have a much easier time on this planet, certainly. Sometimes, I think on a day like this, the day after Valentine's Day, it's important to try and think about what I want to say here, because it is important. Valentine's Day, I think, is a day for feeling thankful, It's a day for feeling thankful for the love that you have in your life, and perhaps it's a day of courage. It's a day for taking that next step and thinking, maybe if there's someone that you like, maybe today's the day to go and tell them. But I think that sometimes when we want to be thankful, it can be difficult when things in in the world that you hear about every day can be so scary and and can be so frustrating. And so it's something that I really believe, even if it doesn't feel like it has an immediate impact, is that I think that as long as what you do, it contributes to the world that you would like to see, I think you have a much bigger impact than you imagine. The idea that with one act of kindness, you will then inspire somebody else to be kind themselves. I had a really nice experience recently, during dance practice. Illyra just said, "You're doing so good. I really like you. This is so cool. This is so cool," right? And a lot of the time I struggle to turn to people and like just compliment them out of the blue like that, because I feel a little nervous. I'm like, I don't know. I'm usually kind of quiet. I'm usually kind of quiet a lot of the time. But after that, I was like, oh man. And then, when I was like, when others were practicing, I was like, hey, that was so good. And I really felt more enabled to be kind, and I felt braver about like, hey, I need to say this shit out loud. I want people to feel excited and feel like that they are doing great, because they are, So you do have the ability to make a really, really strong impact. You really do. And I think especially in online communities, we're all online. We're all online right now. You're watching a stream. I'm doing a stream. We're all online. I think the online world has a way of taking one key characteristic of a situation or of a person and amplifying it to the point where that's the only thing that you see. It's like in cartoons or in media, we call it flanderization, when a character is reduced to only one of their most recognizable traits. So I think, I've said this before, but sometimes it's really important to remember that even though social media encourages you to post outlandish and extreme things in order to be rewarded with the dopamine hit of some attention and people agreeing with you and people you don't like being mad at you, sometimes really changing people's minds and sometimes really having people, reconsider their position and decide to be kind in a way that you are, sometimes the only way to do that is to see them as people, I think about this a lot. And I think that a lot of the anger that we have is spent on the wrong people. If your anger is directed at randoms that you interact with on Twitter, just individuals who, maybe they've got the same amount of followers as you do, I'm here to tell you right now, there are so few truly evil people in the world. So few. So many people, everybody, really, for all intents and purposes, you should go into a situation assuming that everyone has the best of intentions and wants to do the right thing. Pretty much everybody wants that. But a lot of people are victims of propaganda. A lot of people are victims of various circumstances that make them vulnerable to people who want to make use of their anger. And in a sense, I think that although they may take up a different part of the machine, we're all cogs in a machine that functions to, serve somebody far away from here with far more power than you or I will ever have. So if you're twisting against another cog and it's mad at you and you're mad at it, sometimes all it can really take is asking a genuine question and being nice and understanding, and you never know how you might get through to someone. You never know how you might stand a chance to help someone learn something. And it can be really beautiful. It can be really, really beautiful to see someone genuinely change. I think it's a really wonderful thing. And I can't really... it makes me sad sometimes to think about the way that people who have changed, especially with, the impact of the internet, will struggle so much to, even if they have genuinely done a lot of work to correct mistakes they've made in the past, it follows them and they don't really have the opportunity. And I think that that's such a shame. Obviously there's a line. Obviously there's a line. There's a certain point where you do something and it's like, all right, buddy, you're going in the fucking penalty box. There's no excuse for that. But most people aren't going to do that. Most people read a headline that they don't read into, and it makes them angry, and their worldview shifts, and maybe it turns out they didn't read it, and they were misinformed, and then it builds their worldview in a certain way, and they become more angry, and then people will intentionally validate that anger because they're greedy and they want their attention for their money, and then it builds and it builds, and they become, unfortunately, really angry. And sometimes all it takes to snap someone out of that is to show them some genuine kindness. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. I've done it myself. I have spoken to people like this before, and I've never met one who couldn't see a different point of view if you just talk to them like they're a real person, just like you, because you're not immune to propaganda either. How many times have you read a headline that turned out later on to not be true, and that you believed with all your heart, and then suddenly it was like, oh, that actually wasn't real? It happens so much, right? So that's all I'm trying to say. I always wind up getting on every time I stream, I always wind up getting on a soapbox and making some talk about this, but it's because I think about this stuff so much. And I think I'll probably think about it less if I try to get off social media, but it's difficult to get off social media when you low-key need to use it for your job. But, I could be doing a better job at resisting that temptation sometimes, but I really do think about this stuff a lot. I think that there's a lot of ways that we could be doing so much better for each other. Don't get caught up in the world of dividing each other by immutable characteristics. Like, don't counter someone hating you by hating them back, because that will only justify their hate. If someone hates you and you throw back exactly what they're throwing at you, because it's natural to feel justified in doing that, but you won't change anything. You might score an epic dunk on them. You might be like, ooh, I feel good about that, but even though you perceive that as being a win, you really only contributed to the engine that turns and transforms people into, vessels for propaganda. So it's difficult, but I think that when so much bad is going on, it's difficult to shoot the shit and relax. Because if I'm in any long-winded conversation where I'm just talking, I think I always wind up falling back on like, I just really want to say, I have a platform. Fuck, I have a platform. I can communicate with thousands of people, millions of people. I have to do something. Like, even if I can't do the most in the world, I feel like, fuck, I have to do something. And maybe that's like childish of me, but I've never had a platform like this before. And I just really want to be able to help. Like, I really, really fucking want to be able to do something about the way that, all these mean people make me feel. I really, really want to be able to do something about it, but it's so difficult when you have so many other responsibilities, and it sucks. So it's nice to just be able to talk this through with people like you that I trust, because, you know, that's important. We're all conscientious and we all want to be kind, but yeah, that is my just, I shouldn't ever need to say it again. Just, no matter how a person makes you feel, your first priority at all times, please, just be kind. Just be kind to people. And you'll be amazed. You'll be so amazed at what you can do. At the people you can connect with, the way that people's lives change. It's some people out there, you know how indoctrination works, right? I should know, I used to have a cult. Indoctrination is when someone has very little good going on in their life, and when someone with nefarious intent comes along and says, hey buddy, here's a load of good stuff. Hey, I love you. Hey, you're important. You're special. If no one is really talking to that person and telling them that, then it's very difficult to resist the pull of finally hearing positive affirmations and finally being given a purpose. You have that power. You have that power to indoctrinate someone into the cult of kindness. You have the power to go into someone's life and to be the first person, maybe in years, that has for no reason genuinely been kind to them. And that is so powerful. That is so powerful. You won't believe what you managed to get done, right? Now, I'm not saying put yourself in danger. I'm not saying go to some massively, opinionated area and immediately start screaming about stuff. Keep yourself safe. But if you have the opportunity, be kind to people, okay? I can't help talking about this shit. It's on my mind all the time, but I'm glad I get a chance to get it out when I'm around you. Doggy, thank you so much for the super. Good luck at work. Happy Valentine's Day. Amatsu, thank you so much for the super. Wish you have a nice day. Glad that you're here on my birthday. I'm very happy. I'm happy too. Ragnaka. And I'm Mary Mercury. Thank you very much. The world changes. We change. It really does. It really does change. It really does change. And no one knows that. Do you know what keep yourself safe means? Yes. It means... Is that like a dog whistle or something? I'm saying be safe. I'm saying literally take care of yourself. Look after yourself. Be kind to others and be kind to yourself. Is that some kind of saying or something? I don't know. Anyway. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Our daily you can wear your makeup like mine any day you like. You wear your makeup like mine any day that you like. Lollipop, thank you for the Aka super early birthday. Oh, my birthday. What's the date you prefer for the performance? I can't go to Japan, so I wish I'll be happier to continue with this art. Can't be described in words. Why neat. Thank you so much for the Aka super Lollipop. That's very kind of you, and I hope you enjoy the show. Your birthday's on the 21st. Well, you're going to have a really nice, slightly late birthday present, and I really hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much. Oh, that's funny. I think I knew that, but I didn't recognize it when I saw it. That's funny. But yeah, it's a pretty common phrase, so, it's not what I meant. But yeah, what else is there that's been going on? Again, much like as I have often found when I am working on interesting things, it is difficult to talk without straying into the realm of spoilers. And no, will that never happen this time. And Jayu, thank you for the super. I miss you too. But, what else have I been up to? Afterwards? I mean, yeah, after the show, sure, we can talk about everything that happened. We could talk about everything that happened. We could talk about all the crazy shit. I wanted to make like a joke. I wanted to make a joke about something really ridiculous that happened, you know, and like make something up that doesn't actually happen, and obviously like isn't supposed to be serious. But then I was like, oh, what if I accidentally word something wrong and I genuinely spoil something? So I was like, no, I'm just not going to do that. Succubus, thank you so much for the super. It worked hard, and when I was younger, used to go up to people, always to the side. Show kindness to a boy that was always in the dark. Aww, that's really, really sweet. And hey, you know, he was always in the dark, but he's still around, and that's meaningful, you know? You never know when some people who are struggling, when someday they, you know, might not be around anymore. Showing them kindness is miraculous, and it can do a lot. It can do a lot. Little Luna, thank you so much for the super. Secretly hoping for Overture tickets for your birthday. Ooh, I mean, you never know. You never know. I hope you get lucky. Thoughts on watching Succession? Oh yeah, you know, here's the thing. I actually did start watching Succession, and I really like it. I've seen the first few episodes in a little. I've been watching like a tiny bit of it at a time. It's good. I like it quite a lot. What is it I like most about it? Obviously, all the performances are fantastic. Jeremy Strong is incredible. Kieran Culkin is incredible. Fucking what's his name? Brian Cox is incredible, and all of the actresses and everybody, although I'm struggling to think of their names, are amazing. It's very well written, very well acted, and I just enjoy how adult it is. And I think maybe this is my bad for a little while when I don't have the time. My voice is tired. I mean, hey, I'm practicing for a big concert. Why do you think my voice is tired? But I think that when I'm busy, I tend to enjoy, you know, when more popular movies, I'll stick a Marvel movie on every once in a while. Yeah, I don't like them that much, but I'll still watch them every once in a while. Or stuff like that. And then obviously when you're online, you kind of, all the discussion is about those kinds of films, which are very simple and have character developments that are easy to understand. But what I like so much about Succession is reminding myself, oh yeah, media for adults, like adults, is so fascinating, because we have individuals that in a simplistic way would be the most hateable individuals possible, and they are, but it's still very deftly able to make them very sympathetic in very, very specific ways. I mean, Logan Roy, right? I'm only on season 1, so no spoilers, but, you know, after the first episode and his, you know, him being in his condition, and then struggling to, like, someone with a billionaire. Imagine a series being able to give you sympathy for someone with that much power. But then, you know, I won't say what it is, but episode 6, I think, I went to market. Heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. Right? It's beautiful. It's stunning. And I think it's so important to, you know, to have media like this that just gives you, you know, characters to chew on, right? Characters to really fucking think about. I don't know. Maybe it's something with the advent of fandoms where it's all about having a fave and drawing them and enjoying their characteristics in the most straightforward way possible, and developing such a strong emotional and I've done this too, develop such a strong emotional connection to those characters that if those characters change, that you start to freak out and you can't take it, right? Or God forbid, the kind of fandom where you like a certain character and then but they're problematic, and so you get cancelled for drawing art of this character. It's one of the reasons why I'm so upset about the state of the mouthwashing fandom, because mouthwashing is an incredible game that is beautifully written. It is a very difficult adult story. There is so much to chew on, in that game. Like I said, it's so nice to have characters to chew on. Every character in Mouthwashing has so many layers, and every one of them has so many different, you know, obviously characters are far more guilty than others, but it's still interesting to see the different layers of responsibility and how everyone reacts to the things that they do right and that they do wrong. The sin that lies in the little things that we do versus the big things that people do very, very wrong, right? There is so much to be said about the characters in Mouthwashing. But the fucking fandom is made up of children who won't even let you say the word Jimmy. Hey, listen. Jimmy. That's his name. If you're a fan of a game with themes as serious as that, but you can't even bring yourself to say the name of the character that's most morally responsible, you are probably too young or too immature to engage with that piece of media. Just go and watch or play something else, okay? Like, it's so weird to just... Or like the whole trend of saying, like, unalived. I guess if you're on TikTok, it's a way of avoiding, like, a ban or whatever it is. Saying unalive or, you know, or stuff like that. It's like, bro, we're talking about serious stuff here. We're talking about really deadly, serious topics. Why can't we just say the words that mean that? You know? You need to, if it's a serious thing, you need to treat it with a degree of severity. It just comes off as very disingenuous, and it's I guess in a way you could almost call it slacktivism. It's like a very kind of, you know, it's a very easy, lazy form of, oh, I'm, you know, like being performatively woke, where it's like, oh, I'm changing these words so no one has to read these nasty words. But what you're actually doing is you're barely engaging with it, and actual discussion and maybe prevention of some of these issues, it becomes so much harder to talk about, you know, because the word is too freaky. Like, it's a serious topic, and if the mention of the word makes you upset, go on your social media settings and mute. You shouldn't be made to read those words at any point in your life. If that triggers you, you deserve to control your experience. But if that happens for the themes of that game, you probably shouldn't be playing Mouthwashing. Like, I'm just being so honest with you. If you're that sensitive, which is not a problem, I'm sensitive about lots of things. But if those topics is something that makes you sensitive, for your own good, for your own safety, I would recommend not playing Mouthwashing or engaging with the fandom. That's just, you know, that's fine. You should be able to control your own experience. And if the mention of those topics makes you upset, absolutely, get the hell out of there. Do something that makes you feel comfortable. Get away from things that make you feel upset. You have the right to do that. But don't sanitize things that otherwise are fascinating to get stuck into, you know, for people who want to do that, right? And that's what I'm saying about Succession, is that it's so great to have characters to actually chew on. I don't feel like I need to justify to a teenager on Twitter why I find these characters sympathetic. They are, right? They're deeply complex, like real people, you know? Like real people who do many, many good things and many, many bad things. Try to do good things and fail. Try not to do bad things and fail, you know, like all real people do, like you listening. Yeah, I know you did something, didn't you? You did something. Yeah. And you want to know what I'm going to tell you? It's probably fine, because everybody makes mistakes. And if you believe that you have permanently become a bad person, a villainous character, because what, you stole some bubble gum from a shop when you were like 3? You didn't tell your parents? Oh, I'm going to hell. No, you're not. You're fine. Right? It's, you know, just... It's like, you know, oh, you're a pro shipper. What the fuck does that even mean? A problematic shipper. Bro, they're not real. Okay? They're not real. I think all fandoms should be purged, personally. I think every fandom should have a fire lit from the middle that just completely erases everything involved with it, and we could just start fresh. Because some of these words are fucking ridiculous, okay? But anyway, we're a fandom. Everyone except you guys. You guys are cool. You guys are cool. We'll get rid of the other ones. Obviously, I am speaking in what's called hyperbole, but you know. So yeah, Succession is brilliant, and I enjoy it very much. Kanyos, thank you so much for the Yakasupa. Yamiyoshi Uaini, thank you so much. Mireille, thank you very much. Miss you so much. Can't wait to see your performance. Good luck with all your upcoming work. Big kiss. Thank you. And Lollipop, thank you. When I'm not around. See, you don't need to say that. But I know that's not true. Whatever. I know you try to make me jealous. I know it's all a trick to try and make me jealous, but it ain't gonna work. I'll be alright. Voice makes you so sleepy. Well, I hope you have a good sleep. Gonna cast a Doctor Strange memory wipe or like reality altering spell that just makes everybody really nice. Can Doctor Strange do that? Is that possible? That just makes everybody... It's not mind control. It just makes everybody nice. You know? And everybody runs around with a little hat with the spinning propeller on the top and a lollipop. And everybody has a good time. I think that'd be pretty cool. Kendra, thank you very much for the super. Saving the money. That's okay. Hope you enjoy the concept. I'm sure everybody else will too. And Voxacra, thank you so much. Yeah, that's right. Only Oshi. Take note, some of you motherfuckers. Take note. That's a good girl. God, thank you for the super. Thank you for the Arca super even. Holiday exists just later down the year where I live, but I wanted to celebrate with you all. Missed you so much. As always, Gamba with your hard work. Can't wait to see you in Overture. Love you so much. Hope not too late. You're not too late. Don't worry. Don't worry. You're not too late at all. So, yeah. Thank you very much for that. And I hope you enjoy the show. It's going to be great. I'm sure you're going to love it. I'm sure you're going to love it. Cloudy, thank you. Want to send him one that says, hi, my lord. Miss you so much and I'm proud of you with all of your hard work. Sending you endless love your way. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Misty, thank you. Can't help myself from my kink. I mean that's reasonable. I love my boy. I love my boy Luca. You know, that's you know, that's all right. I love my boy. If you're supporting my boy Luca, you're all right in my book. It's like that's my boy. You know. It transcends all jealousy, transcends everything. That's my boy, right? It's like, it's easy sometimes to feel outdone and like a little insecure when you're surrounded by people who are this talented. Especially when it comes to music, where as some people around me have had, you know, decades of experience, and me, I only started learning how to do this like a couple of years ago tops, maybe really only seriously practiced for about a year or so. But you know, it's so nice to be around people who, even though they have so many years and years on you in a certain thing, that are still so kind and are so supportive, right? Like, even though they might be better at a certain thing than you, when you give it your best and when you show them like that you care and you're just gonna do whatever you can, to them it might as well be just as good. And that's really special, you know. I'll never forget. I think about this moment all the time and how it made me feel. You know, when I had been practicing so much, I've been practicing singing so much to do different things, and went to, it was back in November, went to karaoke with everybody, sang Baka Mitai, and the way everybody was like, yeah, and like, whoa, that was so good, and like thinking about how it felt to be surrounded by people that I look up to that much, telling me like, hey, that was so good, you did such a good job, and knowing that I have a long way to go, but really feeling like that, you know, they meant that. They really meant that. It's such a special thing. I am so lucky. I am so lucky. I never underestimate that. I am so lucky to be surrounded by those people, and to be surrounded by you too. So you know, and I've come a long way. I really feel like I have. I really feel like I've come a long way. There's some really, really good stuff that we've got to show you in the show. And I really, again, I know, you know, it's like a paid event and all of that, but I'm telling you right now, I really want you to see the show. Like, I really want you to see the show. I think there is some stuff in this that you're gonna keel over and die when you hear, right? I really feel like I can do a lot of really cool stuff. Man, you're gonna be proud. I want you to be proud, and I'm working so hard to try and make you proud. And I just, yeah, that's all it is. If you haven't gotten yourself a ticket yet, I would highly recommend it. I would very much highly recommend it. Not even from a position where I'm in the show and I want you to see my show. I just think that you will love it. Like, I'm recommending it from a genuine place of, I think this is for you, given that you watch these streams, you're gonna fucking love this shit. It's gonna be so good. Tender Dream, thank you for the Akasupa. Oh, you can't imagine how much I think of you. You even had the hallucination that you're streaming now. Anyway, happy Valentine's Day. Hope everything goes well with your work. It will, and thank you very much for such a sweet message, darling. Thank you. Thank you. Misty, Tom and Jerry. That's funny. That's funny. I guess I'm Tom and he's Jerry because he runs around and pisses me off. That's pretty funny. Maybe I'm a lion. Thank you for the gifted. And Togito, thank you for the Akasupa Gunbear. Thank you very much. I am gun bearing harder than I've gun bared in a long time. This bear is carrying a fucking assault rifle at this point. He's going guns akimbo, 2 of them actually. Stormy, thank you so much for the shupa. Ches, thank you so much for the shupa. Sammy Reeds, thank you so much for the shupa. I love you too. And Lulu Elf, thank you for the Akasupa. Only Oshi, thank you. Happy Valentine's Day. Miss you. From Silas's credit card. Haha! This fucking bastard. Hey, that just means you're improving his credit score. But no, thank you very much for the Akasupa, Lulu Elf. I really appreciate that. Sai, thank you very much for the super. I'd love that. I would love to do a meet and greet in the Philippines. I would really like to, and having Filipino fans has always been really fun, and learning a little bit about Filipino culture, doing karaoke and singing my way and getting called Tito Vox is really fun. But yeah, if I ever get the opportunity to do meet and greet in the Philippines, I definitely will. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Nick Stepano, thank you so much for the super. Extra hype, thanks for taking a break and coming to spend Valentine's Day. Of course, yeah, I'm very, very, very glad I got the chance to do so. Jayu and Yukimi, thank you. And my lord Daisuke, Aishitaru. EU2, my home continent. Yes, if I can do meet and greets in the UK or in Europe somewhere, I certainly will. I certainly will. If I have the opportunity. You never know. You might run into me if you're in the UK. There's a non-zero chance that you run into me You know, you look over, you see this dashing man with this, you know, probably wearing a wig and some contacts to blend in, because believe it or not, this is actually a little bit of a ridiculous, you know, not many people naturally look like me. In fact, I don't think any human beings have these eyes without a pair of contact lenses. But if you recognize that voice, maybe don't randomly come over and talk to me, because I'll probably be really scared. But you never know. You might run into me at the pub. Who knows? Murasaki, thank you so much for the super. I think that's the thing. If I was like having my breakfast somewhere, I'd be freaked out. If I was at the pub, I'd be like, oh shit, what's up? Hina-chan, thank you for the Aka super. Thank you so much for the chocolate. Ay, steady. Thank you so much. I must have thought you said club. That would, I mean, hey, I'd probably be more open to it if I was at the club. I mean, the club, anything can happen. You was at the club, bottoms up, when I first met you, couldn't get enough. Had to get you straight to my bedroom. Face so full of makeup. Da 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 da. In the club, we all fam. Jayu, thank you so much for the super. I love you too. And Anna, thank you very much. Glad I could help. We at the club. Tosaka-nai, thank you so much for the super. What am I saying? I'm at the club. You was at the club. Bottoms up. When I first met you, couldn't get enough. Had to get you straight to my bedroom. What a cultural moment. I think that song was big because it was nostalgic for people, but I think that the more nostalgic one was the Eurobeat song that came out like a couple of years back. You know, danger and dance, clapping their hands, when the rhythm is glad, there is nothing to be sad. On the planet of the bass. What does he say in that? What does he say in that? Sex, I'm wanting more. Tell the world, stop the war. Oh yeah, that's it. Women are my favorite guy. What does he say before that? What are the lyrics that I gotta look this up. Hold on. Planet of the Bass lyrics. This is so good. I love this song, and so clever as well to kind of parody the Eurobeat songs of that period by just swapping out the girl. Like, everyone was mad about it, but no, I remember at that time the music videos would always have, like, you know, a girl that everyone liked and was fond of from the first one, and then she would just get replaced with some other somewhat similar looking girl, and everyone was mad about it. So brilliant. Now, thank you for the super. Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you. Xiaoase, thank you so much. Jake, thank you very much for the super. Beautiful lady on my phone. You ever seen Teen Wolf? What is your opinion on Dylan O'Brien? I have never watched Teen Wolf. Definitely a little, quite heavily after my time. What does Dylan O'Brien look like? Let me remind myself. Dylan O'Brien. He's alright. Like, I think he looks better with the beard. I mean, he's alright. He definitely looks better with the beard. I think the shot, yeah, him clean shaven. I'm sorry, this man looks like he's like 15 to me. I'm like, no, but with the beard, I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, he's handsome. I can see it. Yeah, what was it? If you want parties to be making, have some. Live, it never die. Women are my favorite guy. Sex, I'm wanting more. Tell the world, stop the war. Boom, hear the bass go zoom. Have a body, feel the groove. Cyber system overload. Everybody move, man. I was obsessed with that song. I mean, everyone was just having a good time. It was one of those memes where everyone was just having a good time the whole time, and it was great. Odessa, thank you so much for the super. A cover would go crazy. Gotta convince them to do. We'll do another Niji encounter. Do another Niji encounter, and but we'll tell them, no, this is our original song. We want to do this, and they'll be like, okay, and we'll just do that. And Mary Mercury, thank you for the super. Yeah, speaking of encounter, ooh. It's amazing, honestly, how you have 10 songs who each have a unique pair of livers, so that's 20 different livers. In less than a year, made 10 songs, and all of them were bangers. Every single one went hard as fuck. Every single one of those songs is really good. Genuinely. Like, not even speaking as, like, you know, someone who is proud of his friends. Those songs are really good. Like, I listened to all of them. I listened to all of those songs. And they're all really, really good. 10 bangers in 10 months, right? A banger per month. Crazy. So heavy lies the head that wears a crown. Heavy lies the head, I feel it now. Heavy lies the head. But Butterflies, you know, that came out not too long ago. So catchy. How did they come up with this shit? How did they come up with emotional tornado, bubbling volcano? Like, it's so funky. The way I think about my life, right? I think about my life, and I think about how much the disco influenced me, and how much the songs, how much the music, you know, that came out of the UK in the 80s burned its way into my brain. You know, thinking about the lights, thinking about the clubs, thinking about, you know, people of the era and how much that made an impact on me. And then I think about these songs and I'm like, man, the way we would have gone fucking mental if any of those songs came out at that time. Holy shit. Holy shit. You kids, you don't understand, okay? It's like, think about me, right? Being around when silent film was invented and all we had was flickering black and white footage of Charlie Chaplin running around with some text appearing every now and again. Films that are some films that are so old that, like, they look, the film itself has aged and they're very difficult to watch these days. If you told me nowadays we would have computer generated imagery of a giant red Harrison Ford punching Anthony Mackie in the head, I'd be like, what the hell? Same with this music. I mean, all of these songs are so catchy. They would have caught, back in the day, they would have caught on. Some of them anyway, definitely would have caught on. I fucking promise you that. If Butterflies came out at the time, you know how we would have been going fucking crazy. You know we would have been going fucking crazy in the club back in the day too. That would have come on and we would have gone, whoa, yeah, Butterflies. Oh, you cute Wilson, I love you. You know? It would have been crazy. It would have been absolutely crazy. If you were to cover a song from Encounter, aside from Heavy Lies the Head, yeah. I mean, doing a cover of a song I'm already in would be kind of funny, but if I was to do, okay, well, my favorite, I thought about it a lot. My favorite is probably Weepy Onion. And I can't stop calling it Weepy Onion because it's funny. But I remember the first time I listened to Weepy Union, I was like, this shit is so uplifting. I was like, yeah. I was like, Weepy Onion? I was like, yeah, I'm in on this. Oh, we keep walking the same road. Do-do-do. It just puts a big smile on my face, and I love songs like that. When I first joined Niji, I really liked Diamond City Lights, right? I love that song, and it reminded me of how lucky I was to be in this position and working this job, right? I listened to that song and I thought, fuck, I'm so lucky. Fuck, I love this job so much. Weepy Onion reminded me what it was like to feel that. right? It just made me feel like, you know what, we can do this shit. This shit is so we can do this. Anything is doable when I'm listening to Weeby Onion, right? I think Shade, so good. Gimme Shade. Like, the crazy, you know, so many people, that's the maddest thing, is that I will listen to people in NIJI sing and I'll be like, oh my god, why do I even bother? Like, these guys are so good. These guys are so fucking good. But even, you know, some of these guys will be like, nah, I'm not that good. I'm like, are you fucking hear yourself? Have you ever listened to yourself sing and like from a reasonable perspective? Like, come on! You're so good! You're so good! It's fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. Okay? Like, they're so good. And still, you know, humble and like, no, I could do better, I could do better. I'm like, ah! But, you know, it's crazy, but like, yeah, it's ridiculous. So all of the encounters have been really, really, really good. I love boot it as well. You know, we gotta boot it. Hey, don't kick it up with all the data. Hey, Ike Evelyn rapping? So, sorry, I think you got my order wrong, but I don't mind. I don't give a fuck about my order. I'm having whatever he's having, right? Like, that shit was really good. That shit was really good. I love the music videos as well. I don't know, I wasn't in the room when, you know, they were planning out the music video for Boot It and they were making the artwork for Boot It. But here's my headcanon for the story behind Boot It, right? Here's my headcanon for the story. I think that Meloko, the way her design, beautiful, with like the, you know, the biker outfit. She's like a slightly older she's, in my head, for Boot It, she's like a slightly older lady who wants to live vicariously through Ike, who for the purposes of this story is like a young bisexual twink who hasn't like found the one yet, and she's like, we're gonna find you a man, and then they hit the town and shit goes haywire, right? I feel like that's who, like, she sees Ike and she starts fujoing out, like thinking about, oh my god, I need to find a man for this boy, and then they just go on an adventure. I kind of feel like that's probably that's what it is. If I'm corrected and they say no, it's about this, I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm seeing the subtext, right? So I think that'd be pretty funny. Also, I think about, like, I mean, butterflies as well, you know. Again, wasn't in the room. I don't know what they intended for the story behind it to be, but from what I'm saying, you know, at the beginning, you got the mugshot, you got like the thing on Luca, right? Mafia bossu, right? So, here's what I'm thinking. Wilson, people forget UQ Wilson is a hit man. UQ Wilson kills people, okay? UQ Wilson, a hit, as is done in the Mafia, a hit was put out on Luca, and Wilson picked it up. He said, I'm gonna go kill Luca Kaneshiro. And then he went and tried it, but Luca was just like, hey! And immediately, Wilson couldn't do it. Like, for some reason, they felt a bond, and it was like, fuck, we're gonna party. And then they just started hanging out, right? I think that's beautiful. Enemies to lovers, but they were enemies for like 2.5 seconds. Incredible. I've always wanted to die, right? Exactly. So, like, that's probably what happened there, and I really, really enjoy that. So, yeah, and then they just go and hang out, they get burgers. I got the butterflies, the future looking bright, I feel it deep inside. Emotional tornado, bubbling volcano. Crazy fucking lyrics happen, and then how is Wilson gonna kill him after that? Emotional tornado, bubbling volcano. Crazy stuff. I always forget how sexual Infinity is as well. right? Especially thinking about Shu, who now has unleashed fucking Pandora's box, the fucking Pandora's box, by saying fucking in Ren's 3D. I was like, I was as shocked as you. I was as shocked as you guys. I was like, he said what? That's the power in not swearing ever, because, you know, I swore about 7 times in that sentence, and you probably didn't even notice. Whereas if Shu said that, you would have felt like you'd be, oh my god, I'm bleeding. What the fuck? You know, you'd like, that's how I felt. It's like the sudden realization, like you've been shot with a bullet and and you're in shock, so you don't feel as much pain, and you're just kind of like, oh my god, processing, holy shit, I've been shot, I might be about to die, and the blood is leaking from your body, and then the pain sits in, and you're like, that's what it's like, right? And then he's like, and then in Infinity, he's like, let me take a bite. It's me, Infinity. Let me take a bite. You on your knees. Tell me, are you ready for me? That's a song. That's a, you know, they can put all the techware and city, all the techware and all of the city backgrounds on that song that they want. That's a song about fucking. 100%. Right? Yeah, and Shanti. I guess Shu is just knowledgeable like that. Like, he knows to keep it all on lockdown, and then when he finally brings out, you know, sussy Shu, everybody listens. Whereas if I'm sussy, everyone's like, oh yeah, it's just another Tuesday. But it is funny, you know, kind of enjoy it like that. I think what's also been funny, it's like, I think I said it earlier, but I think what's been funny about learning, you know, all of this dancing is that I think my secret power is my just absolutely boundless energy. Like, I could dance for days. I could dance till I'm dead. Bow, 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 bow. I could dance till I'm dead, and I will just be like, you know, I'm moving. I'm always moving. I'm just like, I'm always having fun. You know, I mean, how are you going to listen to music and be dancing and not keep dancing, you know, and just stop? And so, you know, you gotta hit the fucking whatever he does from Fresh Prince, like that. You know, you gotta hit that every once in a while. You guys ever done the sprinkler? Try doing the sprinkler every once in a while. Try hitting a sprinkler. You know, it really brings it out of you. Nyla, thank you for the super. Je t'aime beaucoup. Je t'aime beaucoup. That's it. Je t'aime beaucoup. Happy to see you doing well. Lots of love to you. Lots of love to you too. Thank you very much. What's the sprinkler? Hit the sprinkler. It's where you do your arms like, and you kind of like, you bend. It's a silly dance move. You bend one arm, and then you stick one arm out, and you slowly move it around while like flapping your other arm like you're a sprinkler. You're going like. It's a little silly. But, you know. Yeah, the sprinkler. Hit the fucking... Hey, hit a gritty every once in a while. Hit a gritty every now and again. Who the fuck is going to stop you from hitting the gritty? It's good for your knees. Oh my god, I'm remembering. Okay. I'll tell you one thing. It's not big, right? You remember I tweeted a while ago that I couldn't feel my legs? I attempted some moves very early on into practice that were very demanding on my thighs. And getting up and out of bed the following day was a tremendous problem. Okay? Do I do a flip? Hey, I'm not saying it. Maybe I do. Maybe I do a flip. That'd be cool, right? Am I now Jimmy Cartwheel? Also, I realized something the other day. And I can't stop thinking about it, right, okay? Right, Jimmy Two Ears. Think about Jimmy Two Ears, right? Jimmy Two Ears. I ask you a question for any Nihongo Jozu kindred. I already know the answer, but I'm just asking you for like a 4D experience. What is ears? See these on the side of my head that I listen with? What is ears in Japanese? Jimmy Two Ears. What is ears in Japanese? Mimi. That's right. In Japanese, his name, Jimmy ni Mimi. Jimmy Two Ears. Jimmy ni Mimi. Jimmy ni Mimi. That's fucking crazy. That Jimmy Two Ears translates into Japanese into something so, like, so smooth. Jiminy Mimi. Jiminy Mimi. Jimmy ni Mimi. Jimmy Two Ears. Jimmy ni Mimi. Crazy. Jimmy ni Mimi no daigaku. Ore no na wa Jimmy ni Mimi no daigaku. Ikuzo. That's the extent of my knowledge. I'm obsessed with it. I'm gonna say it all the time. Jiminy Mimi. Oh, is that more like it? I don't really the thing about Nihongo is I don't really understand sentence structure, like, at all. You know, I'm laying it out in a way that I think makes sense, but it probably doesn't. Daigaku no Jimmy ni Mimi. Jimmy Two Ears College. Oh, I see. So it's like he owns the college. How would I say he's from college? Give me a Nihongo Jozu lesson right now. Ni Mimi no Jimmy. Daigaku kara. I see. Daigaku kara no Jimmy ni Mimi. Ah, I see. I'm learning. I'm like Ralph from The Simpsons. Daigaku kara no Jimmy ni Mimi. Jiminy Mimi. Hey fellas, Jiminy Mimi. Jiminy fucking cricket. Daigaku kara ni sounding like a yeah. Ho ho. Dio. Ore no na wa daigaku kara no Jimmy ni Mimi. Oh, nani? Zawarudo. Origato, sumimasen. Sasuga. Subarashi. Yumarani. Mayo Shutatai. What's next? Subarashi. Zawaru dumb. Get out of here. Get out of here. Mimi can be written in Chinese. It means kitten. That's so cute. So, from my knowledge, so ni in Japanese is 2, but from what I remember, please correct me if I'm wrong. Ni in Chinese, is that 3? Please correct me if I'm wrong. Is that 3 or is that 1? Because I remember John Cena. It's also 2. Oh, San is 3. Ah. Yi is 1. Ah, I see. I remember R being 2. I remember learning that. 2 is R. Yeah. Ni equals you, yeah, because why ni? We all know that. We all know that, and you should know it, because I tell it to you every day. Why ni? Wall I ni. Alright, son. Ah, I see. I got confused. I think I misheard it. When I learned the numbers, I think I misheard E for ni. But yeah. Alright, son. Language time. I'm learning so much, guys. I'm learning so much. 大学からの地味に耳。お前はもう死んでいる。何？何これ？ Fuck you. It's great. I think a lot of my motivation to keep learning Nihongo is because sounding like an old man. Maybe this is my perspective as a foreigner, but speaking as an old man in English is pretty cool. Speaking as an old man in Japanese, to my foreign ears, sounds like the single coolest shit on the planet. Something about the way the language sounds just is so fucking raw to me, you know? And I want to be able to say those words. Worried, thank you so much for the super. I'm glad you've been having fun. And Yui, thank you so much for the super. Happy late Valentine's Day. I haven't been around here for a while. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Will you be my Valentine? Of course I will. Thank you very much. And I'll be back, and hopefully we can have more fun time on stream too. The guy who's played Sekiro, you joke! You joke, but I was thinking about Ishin from Sekiro, and he does sound incredible. He does sound incredible. Beautiful. Beautiful voice on him. And the world lost a real goat when the voice actor for Heihachi sadly passed away. Heihachi's voice, the new guy they've got for Tekken 8 sounds great, but I'll always love Heihachi from Tekken 7 and previous. He had an incredible voice actor. Lorenz Bagel, big kiss, mwah, thank you so much. And Avis, what would my alt line be if I was in Marvel Rivals? Oh, that's a good question. What would my alt line be? Listen, if given that I have the ability to, although you could take some if I was in a game, you could probably take some creative liberties with it a little bit. Given that I have the ability to grow much larger and become very feral and winged and horned and muscular and tall, and to also screech and roar, I feel like I probably wouldn't. If I had an alt, it would probably be taking on that form briefly. And I think all I'd be able to do, the line should probably just be like a really loud, recognizable scream, you know? Because if I'm transforming, I don't really have much in me. I mean, you've heard it before, right? You remember when my place got broken into by Erod, little fucking bastard? Remember him, right? And remember you heard me transform because I was like too angry to get away, and all I could really muster the ability to say, because it's so physically demanding, as I said, I was like, I said, oh God, not again, no, please, no, scream, right? Because it's fucking painful for wings to burst out of your back. There's blood everywhere, okay? So, I guess really that could be the alt line. It's like, no, not again! Ah! Big scream. Big scream. That'd be pretty cool. I'm Vox, crash through the wall. That'd be more like a intro voice line. Xin Xin, thank you so much for the super. I miss you so much. I love you. I love you too. Mwah. Thank you very much. That'd be pretty sick. Yeah. It's pretty... Makes you feel guilty for alting every time. Yeah, well... if I was in Marvel Rivals, I'd be out there getting kills regardless, so... It'd be fine. It'd be fine. You know, if the game is about killing, and it's all a game, so, you know. Maybe that'd be an interesting mechanic, right? You have to balance. So you charge the alt, not by getting percentage, but every time you get an elimination, it ticks forward by like 1 out of 6. So you need to get 6 kills specifically to charge it. You can't charge it any other way, and that's like, you know, when I devour a certain amount of souls. But, right, every time, but when you hit 6, the ult triggers automatically, immediately, because, right, it triggers automatically, and then when it wears off, here's the thing. I am then afflicted by a debuff called guilt. And you have to deal with that. It's like a complete inability to fight for a little while. It'll be a massive kind of glass cannon on-off type character, tempo sort of thing, you know. Really high-level gameplay is all about managing my guilt. I think that'd be pretty fun. This is what I've had to get used to, right? This is what I've had to get used to. Is thinking about my own life through the lens of people who don't think that it's real. I'm kind of just having to accept that that's a part of the gig. And I'm getting used to it, but that doesn't make it any less surreal to describe things that I have actually been through and be like, yeah, but if it was in a video game, what would that be like? But, you know, we live and learn. It's an interesting life. Yui, thank you for the super chocolate and RDX 50. Thanks. I need me one of those. You know, graphics card. Ah, boy. Ah, what a lovely stream. I missed you. I really, really did. I missed you so much. It's 36 months, 3 years. That it is. Happy 3 years. Happy 3 years. Missed you, yeah, I missed you guys. Okay. My voice is starting to feel a little tired, so I think I'm going to call stream there. As you guys know, my voice is only a little bit tired, but obviously for Overture, I need to keep my voice in tip-top fucking condition because, you know, it's very, very important to be careful and make sure that, you know, I'm all ready for the big day. And they're encouraging us to rest a lot. They're taking very, very good care of us. Like, I feel very well looked after. It's a lot of work, but we're supported so well, and everyone is so friendly, and it's just, yeah, it's going to be good. So we're being encouraged to rest a lot, and I am going to take a break, so I will rest my voice, and I'm going to relax for a while, and I'm going to see you guys real soon. Look forward, if you haven't done so yet, look forward to Overture, the daytime stage. It's at 1 p.m. JST on the 24th of February. It's going to be a crazy show, all in 3D, brand new outfits for everybody. We've got a lot of really, really good stuff planned. I have been rehearsing and practicing for the past like more than like intensely for like 2 months, but it's been more before that. Like I have been going, I've done so much. I've done so much, okay? So please, if you love me, because I know you do, you're here watching a Valentine's Day stream, I know you love me to bits. If you love me, please, I'm begging you, go and see this show, because if you like me, you will fucking love this show. We're gonna bring the house down, okay? The house is gonna be gone. It can be underneath. We're gonna bring the house underneath the floor. That's how good it's gonna be, okay? So enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Thank you, Mianya, for the super. Very proud of you too. And Lays, thank you for the super. And Nikoko, thank you so much for the super. And Anne and Cindy, thank you so much for the super. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Bye-bye.